Hi, I'm Harrington and I have the Nabari boys here in my garden. We're just having a look at the hawthorn that I've just worked on for Claude. It's a tree that he's brought to me, absolutely beautiful yamadori collected in Wales in 2008. And we needed to sort of do a little surgery on the tree and some carving. One of the biggest problems with this tree was the big foot that the tree had been collected with. This is just an extended route that may have travelled up a hillside for a few metres. Now, to get the tree into the pot, it's been shortened off in time. It still looked too elongated for the rest of the tree. And what I've done here is I've taken the top of the root off at the end, but all the material and the sap streams underneath the root are still completely intact. They're just buried beneath the soil surface. Now, if you know what you're doing, this is a relatively straightforward job and something I've done many times with hawthorn. And any trees that have big tubular roots, then you can just take the top half off, carve it out. And if we look underneath here, you can see the actual root system is still intact, and this is just ornate decorative deadwood. If you look at the back of the tree, let's spin this round, you see where I've actually kept the back half of the root completely intact, and that will be reduced and removed in time as the tree becomes accustomed to using these secondary roots that emerge further up. That said, given the visual weight of the top half of the tree, we need something of a base and can't reduce it all the way back. So one of the other problems with the hawthorn, if you look at the tree straight on and then compare it with how the tree was before I started working, there's quite a large section of inverse taper here. This can be difficult to rectify. There's little possibility of taking the edges off because there's living branches growing off those edges. So what I decided to do was to split the middle of the trunk, and being able to see through the trunk makes it look as though it's two heavy upper trunks come branches. And just putting in some ornate carving to make it look as though it's distressed and it's died back over the years. So one of the comments that I've heard about this tree is this branch that crosses over the trunks to the right hand side. Strictly speaking, this is wrong. You shouldn't have branches that are crossing, strictly speaking. But this is a feature, it's an anomaly, and it's something that actually gives this tree character in itself. And to remove it, as well as losing foliage on the right hand side, you'd lose that natural character that you get from yamadori. If you want something that's very, very sterile with no faults at all, you need to be looking at field grown material. Yamadori, you take what and make the best of what you're given.